What if I told you one of the best everyday carry knives you can own costs less than a tank of gas, has been around forever, and is still insanely useful today? Today we're talking about the Case Sodbuster and Sodbuster Jr., two of the most classic slip joint knives ever made. And honestly, this might be one of the most underrated EDC knives you can carry. Now I know slip joints aren't the hottest trend right now compared to titanium frame locks and super steels, but lately we've been seeing slip joints making a big comeback. Brands like Patina, Jack Wolf, and a bunch of others are putting out some insanely cool traditional knives. The problem is, a lot of these cost $200, $300 or more. Meanwhile, the Case Sodbuster sits quietly in the background like, hey, I'm still here, and I work, and I'm cheap. So today let's talk about why everybody needs a Case Sodbuster in their pocket, why it feels like something your grandpa might have carried, and why that's actually a pretty good thing. If you're not familiar, the Case Sodbuster is just a really simple, no-nonsense slip joint knife that's been around for decades. You have two main versions, the standard Sodbuster, then the smaller Sodbuster Jr. Both are just single blade slip joints with a simple handle, no fancy milling, no titanium, no ball bearing, no frame locks, nothing crazy. Just a really simple working knife. This design goes all the way back to old farm knives where farmers needed something tough, reliable, and something easy to sharpen. Something you could beat up and lose, replace, and just not cry about it. And that simplicity is exactly why people still love these today. There's just something really refreshing about carrying a knife that isn't trying to be tactical, futuristic, or flashy. It just works. Slip joints are definitely having a moment right now. We're seeing a huge rise in traditional style knives from brands like Patina and Jack Wolf knives. They're putting out some absolutely beautiful modern slip joints with premium materials, incredible fit and finish, and top tier build quality. But they're expensive, and don't get me wrong, those knives are awesome. But sometimes you don't want to carry around a $300 knife to open Amazon boxes and cut up cardboard. And that's where the Sodbuster really shines. You get a classic traditional slip joint vibe, but at a fraction of the price. You can pick one of these up for just a tiny amount of money, throw it in your pocket, and just use it. No stress, no babying it, not worrying about scratching up the blade finish or digging up expensive scales. Just carry it and cut stuff. It's that simple. Now let's talk honestly about build quality. Case knives are known for tradition, history, and classic designs, but their quality control can be a little hit or miss. You might get one with perfect centering, great snap, and flawless fit and finish. Or you might get one with slightly off centering, uneven grinds, and a softer snap. And that's just the reality. For example, the snap and spring on this Sodbuster Jr. is just at a whole different level compared to its big brother. On the full size, I can push in the blade, and you can see it has some give. You don't really have that on this junior version. But here's the thing, these are affordable knives, and honestly, that kind of adds to the charm. These aren't safe queens, they're tools, and most of the time, they function exactly like they should. The walk and talk on these are usually solid, there's good pull, nice snap, and very usable in real world tasks. If you're somebody who needs perfect centering and flawless machining, this might not be your thing. But if you just want a simple knife that feels classic and just works, these absolutely deliver. One of my favorite things about the Sodbuster is actually the option for carbon steel. Though these two are both stainless steel, a carbon Sodbuster is already in my cart and it won't be long until I pick one up. So why the fuss over a carbon blade? Over time, as you cut food and cardboard, fruit, whatever else, the blade will start to develop a natural patina. Every knife ends up looking a little bit different and it tells a story on how you use it. No two blades will ever look the same. And honestly, I just think that's so cool. It makes your knife feel very personal and like it's truly yours. But staying on the topic of blades, these Sodbusters don't really use premium high-end steels, but that's totally fine. It's that mean they're really easy to sharpen, take a wicked edge, and perform great for everyday tasks. Now let's talk size. The full-size Sodbuster gives you a really comfortable handle and a really great working blade. It fits the hand nicely and feels like a proper tool. Yet the Sodbuster Jr. on the other hand is perfect for everyday carry. It disappears in the pocket, weighs basically nothing, and still gives you plenty of cutting power for daily tasks. If I had to pick one straight up for EDC, I'd probably lean towards the Junior. It's small, lightweight, and just really easy to live with. And because it's a slip joint, it's also legal in a lot more places compared to locking knives, which could be a huge bonus for some people. There's something about carrying a slip joint that just feels right. It forces you to slow down a little, be intentional. You're not flicking it open and close nonstop. You're just using it when you need it. And there's a nostalgic comfort to it. It reminds you what your grandpa probably carried. A simple pocket knife that was always there when he needed it. No hype, no drama, just a tool. And for some reason, around this time specifically, these knives just hit different in the winter. Maybe it's the cozy vibes, maybe it's the jackets and flannels, I don't know. but a slip joint in the pocket during colder months like now just feels perfect. At the end of the day, the Case Sodbuster is proof that you don't need expensive gear to have a great EDC. It's affordable, simple, reliable, and packed with character. It's the kind of knife you can toss in your pocket without thinking about it. The kind of knife that slowly becomes part of your daily routine. The kind of knife that just feels familiar, comforting, and practical all at once. And honestly, everyone should experience carrying a knife like this at least once. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more EDC content, and drop a comment below. Do you carry a traditional slip joint, or are you more into modern knives? If you've ever carried a Sodbuster, let me know which one you prefer, the full size or the junior. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.